Ugh. Gulag coming in.
Yeah, the gulag is back in here. Yeah, seems like I just had to update the software here, basically.
As long as that 1 hour does not do a wick fill, oh lordy, we are safe.
Yeah, as long as the one artist do a big fill to the bottom side.
100%.
Ooh, your
Oh, thank
JPY is
God.
also coming up. Yeah, I'm on the sidelines at this point. I'm on the sidelines here. The 30-minute candle, I don't know, it just needs to respect this low for it to continue moving bullish. Other than that, it's just I'm on the sidelines for now. I'm just gonna sit tight here for a little bit.
I feel like this 15-minute candle is very important because if it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, I think we're definitely gonna go. We're gonna go sells. 100%. It's currently wick filling the previous 15-minute candle, which is amazing.
Is 30-minute breaks the low entries valid for sells? I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
But these buys should continue to work here. The only reason I didn't take it because I was uncomfortable with this small body candle here. Also, I took a sell here earlier, so it is what it is.
Boys
UK.
got 10 pips already.
Yep. From here to here. UK PM Johnson says the country has left the EU and on Jan 1 we will take back full control. Oh man. You know what? I think Boris is getting inspired by Trump. Like the things he's been saying lately, those are things that Trump says. You know, like Trump's talking about this whole virus being like a regular flu, and people are like, yo, listen, Trump, you can't say that. You know, like Twitter and Facebook are removing his tweets and posts just because of that. Then you got Boris saying that Brexit is done. We're gonna take back full control. Man, it's crazy. They both look alike as well, so you know, who knows? I mean, they have the same genes. Hey, quick question. I know you make trades based on what the potential stop loss would be, but you almost never let a position go all the way to stop loss. Why would it necessarily matter at that point? Because if I don't let a position go straight to the stop loss, then that means I'm losing less, right? And that's the idea of trading, that you lose less. If we mark support resistance levels according to the 1 hour chart, do we pay attention to candle closes with respect to those levels only in a 1 hour, or can we also take 15 to 30 minute candle closes that got confirmed to those levels? See now, if you're marking zones on the 1 hour time frames and you're looking for confirmations on the 30 minute, that can work as well. You know, that can work. Sometimes it may not work. You know, so it's all situational. I mean, see now this zone right over here, right? So in the 1 hour, I can't see this area clearly, but on the 30-minute time frame, I can see this clearly here, right? So we had a resistance over here yesterday. We had support, kind of like support formation during London Open. Price moved up, and now we have another rejection right over here. So in the 30-minute, I can see this much more clearly. But what I also can see is that, okay, if we break the low right over here, then there's a very high probability we're coming back into this range right over here, which was created yesterday before Asian Open, right here, this whole range between 136.350 and 136.100. I've never posted a chart before, but this is because I'm in this trade. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Oh, you had a sell over here. Beautiful. That was a pretty nice sell. Yeah, it's pretty good. I took the same trade over here before. Got a sell stop below the 15-minute. Interesting. So you got a sell stop below the 15-minute, but then still you got support down over here. Beautiful. I think if you're a new trader, you shouldn't be focusing on impulse entries or sell stops or buy stops. I think you should only be focusing on letting candles close first. I think your first what's the word? Your first objective should be to get good at taking entries when candles are closing. Once you get good at that, then you can start looking at sell stops and buy stops and impulse entries and all that stuff. All that stuff comes later on. But first you need to get really good at waiting for candles to close. And while you're waiting for candles to close, you're missing trades. It's taking a long time. So at the same time, you're practicing discipline as well. So those things are really important. Like getting disciplined and like actually learning patience by waiting for candles to close. That's really, really important. So we'll see what happens in this situation here. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator here. The Chinese indicator is loading. So while we load, hey, can you please explain your sells? Yeah, so my sells were, once this candle was starting, I wasn't looking for buys because the body was too small on this 30-minute candle. Same thing right over here, right? The body was too small, so I didn't really look for buys. If the body was bigger, I would have taken buys, but the body was smaller here, so I kind of skipped it. So the body was smaller, I didn't look for buys. And also, once this 30-minute candle closed, if you look on the 15-minute, you can see this is the close of the 5 a.m. candle on the 15-minute. See how this 15-minute candle didn't even close in our direction? It closed bearish, so there were no buys at this point. So I took sells once the 30-minute candle broke the low of the previous one. Took sells, got like 12, 13 pips, closed it, and that's it. So at this point, 15-minute candle is coming back down to this area, rejection area. So we'll have to be very careful at this point here because price can start ranging at this point. So you have to be very careful. Hello, Raja. What's your biceps today? 16 inches. What's your bias today? Bias today. Bias is, it's pretty like looking at the daily. I think we should continue going up. Looking at the 4 hour is coming down to the retest. Looking at the 1 hour is bearish as well. 30 minutes also bearish. I mean, if we break the low here in the 30-minute candle, I think we're going to continue moving bearish. I mean, we got one minor support over here at 229. I think, yeah, so I think we're going to continue moving in this range here if we break the low on the 30-minute here. Hey, what's the reason behind the support around 136.367? Because this is a support right over here, that's why. Ooh, we're coming down. We're about to break the low on the 30-minute time frame. Will this be my second set of sells? See, now I gotta be very careful. Do I want to overtrade and get greedy? Because I already want to trade today. Maybe like a smaller risk wouldn't really hurt, right? Small risk didn't really hurt anyone. Alright, let's take a look at this chart here. First, let's take a look at this price. This is 136.340. Okay. If you get a bearish close, price has high probability to going down. This is GBUSD. Yeah, it looks good. This is the same situation. Ooh, we broke the low over here. Now we should be coming down. We broke the low on the 30-minute time frame. 1 hour candle has filled the wick here as well. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good idea for price to first come down to 136.200 and then continue on further down. The 15-minute candle is also closing in 4 minutes, so you want that candle to stay bearish here. Let's take a look at GU. GU created that same kind of like structure on the 15-minute to continue bearish, even on the 30-minute over here. I think you got a nice big range on GU right here at like 1.28418. Oh wow, this thing is dropping here now. What's your stop loss? Stop loss is a little bigger. Lot size is smaller because you know it's a bigger stop loss over here. So you're really managing it now, because if it starts closing, then you can possibly like start bringing your stop loss down and kind of like make it a little bit smaller. So this is what I got right over here. I got a sell as it broke the low, targeting somewhere down over here for price to continue down. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, it's not above the wick, it's within this range. So as this 15-minute comes to a close, I'm going to bring my stop loss down a little bit, and then we'll anticipate it to continue moving bearish. But if it comes back to my entry, probably going to exit the trade at that point. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Oh, this is right here.
All right, I'm done for today.
All right. Ooh, GU is also dropping. I took a buy. Can you tell me why I was wrong, please, in the close of the last 15 minutes? Well, you weren't wrong. I mean, I wanted to take a buy over here, but the only reason I didn't take a buy here because the candle body was too small. So I was just being, you know what, I'm just gonna relax. So I didn't take a buy. So, as we came down to break this low, I took a sell. Okay, let's take a look at, this is Euro JPY. Euro JPY buys over here. Yeah, I think if this area holds, I have the chart marked up right over here on Euro JPY. If you look at Euro JPY, this is what's happening. We're ranging right now, so you have to wait for price to.
You are on mute, Raja.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not on
I
mute,
can-
man. Your speakers are on mute, Curvin.
No, we can hear him, Karen.
Your speaker up, dude.
Corin on that mat this morning.
Curvin missed secret codes.
It's going back to the gulag.
Curvin came from the gulag. Yeah, it's pretty good. The 15-minute candle is now coming to a close. I think it's pretty awesome here. It's coming to a close here at this point. So see that? It came to a close. It's awesome. Closing bearish, closing below all these candles here to the left-hand side. Have that big push from the top. Yeah, it should continue down. If it comes back to my entry, just like it's coming back to my entry right now, this is where I think it's a pretty good idea to close like a partial position. Close a partial position at this point because I was in profits, came back to my entry. So here's the thing about risk management, right? Whenever you're in a trade, now this is really, really important. Now I know everyone who wants to make money, right? Whenever you're in a trade and price goes in profits, and whenever price comes back to your entry, like let's say price goes in profits for about 6 pips, 7 pips, and then when price comes back at your entry point, I think that's the point where you should be looking to see that, okay, whether you can kind of like manage the risk or close partial positions or not. Because the worst thing is that you're in the money, price comes back to your entry point, now you're at break even. Now when price goes beyond your entry point, now you're going in drawdown. So whenever price goes in drawdown, that means you're about to lose the money you have. You know, not the money you were making, but the money you have. That's why it's really, really important to, like, you know, close partials. Someone is saying, why not put stops at auto BE? The reason is because once you're in profits for about 6-7 pips and price comes back to your entry point, and you're not, and like, you know, you're closing your entire position, what if price goes back in profits again, right? Then what? Because I get a lot of questions that, hey man, I took an entry, price went in profits, I put stops at break even, and price came back and stopped me out, and then it came back to, and it went to my take profit or wherever it was going to go. So that's why I just close partials, because what if, you know, what if candle still goes where I wanted it to go? So this is the point where I closed partial positions here. Ooh, gold just dropped, man. Gold dropped hard after we broke that support. Did you change setting for a stream that we can't pause or rewind? I think you can still. Oh, I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I updated my software and I guess you can't pause the stream. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. Hey man, I sent my analysis before on GU. The sell seemed to play out, but I think I didn't enter as I couldn't see any confirmations. Is there something I missed as a confirm, such as 15-minute breaking the low? Thanks. Yes. Basically, the selling was once we were breaking the low, but obviously the stop loss was pretty big, right? It's no big deal. This is going to happen again, right? Stop loss would be too big when you take an entry and you want to take an entry, price still moves down, so it's still good. So if I was in this position, I would be like, okay, you know what? I didn't anticipate this move, and price dropped down, and now price is just like pulling back, so there's no trade at this point. And if price does start breaking the lows right over here, maybe then I can take a sell for price to anticipate to continue moving down, you know. So these things you will miss all the time. I mean, I used to miss these moves all the time. All the time I used to miss these moves. And I was always look back to see, okay, maybe I could have entered over here, maybe I could have entered over there, maybe I could have had like a stop loss at this point and an entry at this point. You know, so the next time when the same situation came, then I was ready at that point, you know. Then it wasn't like, okay, you know what, I've seen this happen a lot more times, I've missed these moves a lot of times, and maybe this is the point where I should be executing the trade. So that's totally fine. If you guys miss moves, if you guys don't take entries on good setups and you miss them, that's totally fine, you know, because now you're getting ready to attack it the next time it happens, you know. So like be like a lion, be like a Tarzan. Like, watch price happen, miss moves. It's okay to miss moves. You know, sometimes people message me, hey man, I keep missing moves, I don't know what to do. That means you're rushing. You know, you can't rush. Just let it play out. Can we watch the 5-minute candle to minimize our risk? If you want to do that, you can do that. But I don't look at the 5-minute at all. Very rarely, extreme rare situations, I'm going to look at the 5-minute. But most times I look at the 30-minute or the 15-minute. Is there any moment you would enter? Yeah, I would probably re-enter at this point, but I don't want to re-enter because the stop is too big. See, so there are different situations, right? If this candle was smaller, you know, and if my, let's say this wick was down over here, then I would have entered another one having the stop loss right over here. But since the stop loss is too big to begin with right over here, but I've had like a small stop over here, then it's not viable for me to add another risk since this range is way too big over here. So there are situations, and the candles need to print exactly the way you want. So for that reason, I'm not sure if I'm going to enter another risk over here.
Morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, good morning.
So, just arrived with our daily gold report, brought to you by Magic Keys. Looks like if we take a look at the daily, I saw that you were talking about that. We had a major rejection off of like 1890s.
1890s? Oh, is that on gold?
Yeah, on the daily, yeah. If people are watching gold, ideally, so you've got two options here. This area here is going to be your key opportunity. So this idea here, because remember, when we watch the smaller time frames, what do we normally see happen here? This is a rejection, and then that starts to look like this, and then it actually then starts to drive down. The reason why I'm very, very, I guess I'm starting to watch it in terms of the rejection down, because when you watch the weekly candle, we've already had a rejection at that higher level there, and we also have a level down over to here. So there's a good opportunity that this candle could reject and then start to push down and come into this zone here. So if you are trading gold, what I would watch for is I'd watch for the daily candle to flip. And what I mean by flipping is obviously coming in now to a bearish formation, because this is still bullish, right? We still have a blue or a green candle, so it's still bullish. So what I would watch for is I'd watch for that flip. Now, if you want to be a cowboy, I mean, ideally you could take a position in this on the daily, have your stop loss above this area here, and then anticipate us dropping to this area over here. So you have like you have basically 250 pips at that point here, and then your stop loss is 150 pips at that point. So if you're looking to be a cowboy, you could have probably a decent risk to reward. The other option or the other idea too is, I mean, chances are we may not tap this area. So even though you have your stop loss there, you're never going to come to that point. So it's something to be mindful of. Like I said, if you are very conservative, I would wait for this candle to flip bearish and then anticipate a drop to potentially over to here, just because you'll have a bit of clean traffic with this candle as the move. So it's really what your comfort level is going to be. So if you are watching gold, that's ideally what you'd want to be looking for. At this point, you can see the hourly candle. I mean, it did pull back a bit on gold, and it's starting to come back up. But we have a lot of bearish movement here. So if you were thinking with gold, this would be your supply area, and then this would be a demand area. So if we were thinking about gold, we would say to ourselves, okay, we're essentially going zone to zone at this point, because we could see the massive rejection, and this zone to zone movement probably coincides with the North American currency market open, and then additionally the North American stock exchange, and having that move. So you can probably plan yourself out accordingly, but ideally I am looking for a flip on the daily because of the fact that the weekly candle is very strong, is a very strong bearish candle. So I think you have a good opportunity there to go to 1860. But once again, you need to wait for that opportunity. Don't try and be a cowboy and try and take it if you're not comfortable with the risk associated with that. I'm just looking at, you know, from a story standpoint, candles wick as well. So just be careful and understand that you need to wait for that daily candle to flip. And once it does, then you'll probably have a clean move. Because I mean, once again, even if the daily candle flips, you're looking at taking entry around 1870 all the way down to 1862. So if you think about that logically, 1879, once the daily candle flips, you have opportunities for almost like $20 moves in there. You don't have to catch the entire $20 move. You can catch a move that you're comfortable with, but you'll have the daily candle momentum. You'll have, you know, obviously the weekly and monthly candle momentum, but then most likely all your time frames will match up bearish momentum at that point. So just keep that in mind.
Does Trump talking stimulus reverse the move down from yesterday, or we have already retraced from the move his tweet? The market is recovering in the futures. Not sure about the futures. The thing is, I think with them talking about this stimulus checks and all that, what's going on, that's just a play for the debates. Because I think there's a lot of uncertainty there at the same time. I mean, one day they can say something else, the other day they can say something else, so it's going to get very difficult. Let's take a look here. As price started moving down, we knew a zone has been created. Sell stop below 15-minute, pull back, decide to close fully here. Okay, it's pretty good. I closed once we started to come up towards 136 400. I closed my position over there. It's lost about around like maybe 3 pips, 4 pips. That's about it. When's the next debate? Oh, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the next debate. Is it tomorrow or next week, Thursday? I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
The 15th.
Oh, it's 15th. Yeah, next week. Imagine they go live on Zoom so Trump can't interrupt people. Could you take a look at this trade? I took this trade according to your high time frame, low time frame webinar. Was wondering. Okay, let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at this chart. This is looking left, strong resistance. Okay, bearish candle forming resistance. Drop down to 15-minute time frame. Arrow is, I don't know where this arrow is pointing, so pretty confused over there. Close bearish here, entered at this candle. At break even, got stopped out. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you got pips over there. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So now, GBP JPY is in a very strong range now. And the reason why is because we have, where's my arrow over here? So we have a support forming at this point, and now price is respecting the support. If you go down to the 30-minute time frame, if we go up to the 30-minute time frame, what you have here at this point is that we had a resistance area here, rejection. We had some sort of a support rejection here as well during the London session. We had candle respecting support. This candle broke down but wicked right back up, right? And also we're creating this resistance here now. So now GBP/JPY is down to range. Once again, like yesterday, so there's no trade on GBP/JPY at this time. I don't think so. We're ranging at this point. Looks like Mr. Boris is talking about the lockdown here.
Don't just get a CRM. Get Monday.com's Flex.
Let's take a look here.
Projects to enable Peterborough to build back better.
Stephen Timms.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The government was right to increase universal credit by £20 a week to help families with the extra cost of the pandemic. But at the moment, that increase is due to be removed next April.
I don't think £20 a week make a big difference in the family's lifestyle. Man, £20 a week is not much. Be like Canada, man. 2,000 a month. Now Canada's giving 500 a week. But obviously they come.
Take a look at GJ on the 1 hour candles. What do you think about that 1 hour candle? Where it's gonna close?
I don't know. We have 30 minutes. See,
because the picture is looking good for sells, to be honest.
Yeah, but the only thing is this rejection right over here, which we can't see on the 1 hour. We can see on the 30-minute. See, now this candle it rejected. So even though if this 30-minute candle comes down, there's a chance.
Big chance it's gonna reject again.
Reject again. Yeah, exactly. Okay. But also we created so like 136.360 is an important area because we created support here in the London session to continue going up. So now the question is, will we respect this area in the New York session as well to continue going up? But if we get a break below this area where London session created support, then there's a very high probability we're coming back down. You know, so far we're just breaking below, but we're not closing below. So I think break and close will be better.
Hopefully they announce some crazy stuff going on UK today. So the pound is gonna be taking really deep a deep drive toward 136.
A deep drive.
Yeah, I still.
To be honest, I think what can happen is that while they're talking about this stimulus and lockdown and all that stuff, I think someone's going to say something about Brexit, and that will make pound fly.
Yeah.
Because every time they talk about Brexit, pound flies. This is going to be a wait here now. Please take a look. Thanks. All right, let's take a look here. If this candle closed below support, wait for resistance to be formed going to 136.250. I think if this candle closes below your area you have here, we can continue moving bearish. You're correct. I just think this whole area is like a rejection area here. This big fat zone. Okay, what's this? This is... Ooh, took a sell based on half turn when the 15-minute close below minor support. 5-minute close minor support. 5-minute is a weak confirmation time frame, so I guess you were trying to play with fire. Close when 5-minute close bullish, weak bearish candle. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I would say avoid 5-minute. I mean, if you have just one trade to take in a day and you're wasting that trade on a 5-minute candle, I don't think you should even continue to trade more at that point. I mean, what's the point, right? If you're just taking one trade, you're wasting that on a 5-minute candle. I don't even think that's... I don't know, man.
No, I took it based on my 30-minute time frame analysis. Just I didn't get a entrance on a higher time frame, so we used the 5-minute for it.
Oh no, I'm just generally speaking. Generally.
Oh yeah. True.
Yeah.
Don't use 5-minute.
Yeah. So whenever I say things, it's not directed at someone. It's just like generally speaking. Like Mantas, your experience, man. I know, like your experience, you know how to trade, but it's just for like the gulag, you know, most of the gulag.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
I'm just happy that I managed my risk.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Took shorts as this candle closed bearish, creating a resistance. Very good, very good. Closed more than 50%. Oh, very nice, man. It's pretty good. Look over here now. GJ is rejecting that area here. Slightly different zones on the 30-minute. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just looking at, see now, this area you have to remove because I think this is from the past. You know, so when you have things in the past, I don't think they work. So you need to have things from right over here. Because if I bring this zone down over here saying that, oh yeah, you know, this zone was from yesterday, it makes no sense, you know, because that was from yesterday. So got to focus on what's here today. This is what we have today. We have candles forming support in London session to continue moving up. If we start respecting this area in pre-New York and New York open as we start moving into it, then there's a very high probability we're going to continue moving up. As we can see right now, the 15-minute candles, they're kind of like, you know, breaking above the highs over here. They're about to come to a close. 30-minute is also going to close bullish here. So yeah, I think it could be an opportunity for price to continue moving back to retest the high at 136.850. Yeah, I think it could be a pretty good idea here.
I literally got stopped out by a few pips. And it flew right back up.
Oh yeah. Market is saying double dip, Daniel.
Market is saying go to sleep, Daniel.
Probably that
what are you
too.
Doing? This is not your session, Daniel. Bye. This is the Wickstone Live session. What are you doing here?
Hey, good morning. Can you check out my analysis on GJ here? Waiting for a long here. What are your thoughts about this? I think my thoughts are pretty solid about buys on GPJPY. So I'm going to explain it again, right? This is the area where we rejected yesterday. This is the area where London session created support to move up. So London session is a very strong session, right? If a London session is creating support in an area, you better believe that's a strong area. So at the same time, we're coming here to create another support here, kind of like rejection in New York. So I think there's going to be very high probability for price to continue moving up. Oh, let's take a look at this chart over here. I'm basically going to wait for the 15-minute to close, which is going to close in 5 minutes. And then I think we can continue moving bullish. What's this? Oh, golden zone. Someone's got the golden zone right over here. Looks good, looks good, pretty good. I like it, I like it.
Yeah, that was originally the trade that I got in, but my stops were really tight, man. Yeah, that was originally the trade that I got in, but my...
Would you consider a close on the 5-minute above small resistance to the left on the 5-minute? I mean, we created support on the 15-minute. Again, I don't look at 5 minutes. 5 minutes are weak confirmations time frames. If you want to go with the 5-minute, go with the 5-minute, but I'm not looking at the 5 minutes. I have specific rules. I only look at the 30-minute. I only look at the 15-minute. Sometimes I miss the trades. That's totally fine. But most times I get the winning trade. You know, so. Ooh, first target secure 45 pips on GJ. Now runner running with stop loss at break even. Oh, beautiful. Nice sell over there. See this? 15-minute candles coming to a close in 4 minutes. I think I'd want to see a 30-minute candle closing here. Yeah. Because if this 30-minute candle closes bullish, this just cannot get better than this. Honestly, if this closes bullish here, man, it will be amazing to go up. So it's important to wait for this 30-minute candle to close.
Yeah, boy.
We'll also flip that 1 hour bullish to great support in the H1, right?
Yes.
So Roger, what I see in the 30 minutes, if you look at the wicks, it's making lower lows. So unless the next 30 minutes break that wick,
Mhm.
then I wouldn't take buys on that bullish close, to be honest, because all the wicks are making lower lows.
Yeah, see now, waiting for this candle is important because either it's going to close above here or it's going to close down here. So
Also, it's the first candle that did a higher low.
yes, sir. The support on 136, 625 can't be a problem on buys. 625, oh, somewhere right over here. Yeah, that's why, like target could be right over here, like 15 pip target here. But then you're expecting the volume coming in the New York Open for price to keep pushing, right? So far it's just ranging. We have 17 minutes left for the candle to close. So that means what? That means you got 17 minutes to do whatever you want because you gotta wait for the candle to close. 17 minutes is all it takes. Gold is coming up to 1888. Can you be clear when is the time for sell or a buy? Okay, I'm sorry. I will be clear next time. Man, the gulag is demanding, man. Can you be clear if it's going to be a buy or a sell? I don't like confusion. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is, someone said have spoons ready. This is a fake out, price respected, right over here. 30-minute close bullish, could be good confirmation to buy. Stops below the current 30-minute candle. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. I'm actually looking at the same thing here too, but I'm really waiting for the 30-minute candle to close here. The 15-minute candle is about to close. This move down then 15-minute does look like a fake out. If this is a fake out and we get bullish closes here, I think there's a very high probability for price to continue moving up. So we'll have to wait and see at this point over here. What I'm also thinking is, that what if I enter a trade as the next 15-minute candle breaks the high over here for price to continue moving up? That's also something that's running through my mind. So a lot of patience required. Gold might also do a retest at 1887 to continue down to 1883. So we'll see what happens. Why are GJ wicks so long? It's hard to leave runners. Well, sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes the wicks are long like this. You can't leave runners. Your runners get stopped out. The thing about runners is, they will only keep on running maybe like 20% of the time, 10% of the time. Most times they will always get stopped out. All right, there we go. 15-minute candle is about to start. This is the start of the 15-minute candle. Also, this is the last 15-minute candle of this 30-minute and the last 15-minute candle of this 1 hour. So this is a very, very important situation at this point. Very important situation at this point. Hey, why don't you trade long term 4 to 5 hours for 10 pips and need a lot of energy? Oh, for 10 pips need a lot of energy and time? I don't think so. I think I have a really tight routine set for myself when it comes to trading. From like 6:30 to like 9 a.m. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna look for like, like a 10 pip trade or a 15 pip trade. If I get it, awesome, perfect. My day is done. So that way I'm only spending 3 hours on the charts, or maybe like, 2.5 hours on the charts. So while you're talking about to trade for 4 to 5 hours, I think that's taking a lot of time, and I don't know. In life, you should aim to like, I don't know. I just don't want to spend too much time on the charts. I spend like 2.5 hours. I think that's more than enough. I have a lot of other things to do in life, rather than to spend time on the charts here for 4 or 5 hours. But sometimes some people, they swing trade, they do trade like 4, 5, 6 hours, but that's the way they trade. My trading strategy is spending 2.5 hours, maximum 3 hours, and that's it. If I can make my money in the first 3 hours of the morning, I think that's blessed, man. What more can you ask? I think that's awesome. All right, 15-minute candles coming up. Now I'm thinking, do I want to enter a buy as we break the high over here? Or do I want to wait for the 30-minute to close? Because then we're going to continue moving up towards 136,700. Yeah, we could continue up there with the NY open volume. Check out Fib on GJ. If you can send a chart, we're going to take a look at it. Okay, we're coming up. We're coming up next to 136.535. And from this area, we should be moving up towards 136,700. 136,700. And the only reason I'm anticipating it to come up over here, because this was the last time we came up here from London session, right? So if we're rejecting the same area in New York, we should be coming up. Ooh, look at that. We're breaking the high at that point here. We've broken down the 15-minute. We have confluences coming in from the London session as well, where we rejected. We're rejecting the same area in New York, so there's a very high probability for price to continue on towards 136,700 at this point. Where do we send charts? I think you need to watch the, there's a video in the description. You need to watch that video. And then you will know how to send charts here. Alright, let's take a look at this chart. You know what else that's going to help us for price to continue moving up is going to be someone runs into the parliament with some Brexit papers. Oh, damn, what's this? Took a trade here in the morning. Expect move bearish. GPAUD. Oh, price is coming down. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. You got some Ichimoku magic happening here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many moving averages that is. I think it's just one moving average you got over there. That's pretty good. Looking good. In Pakistan, it was night, so I missed it. Oh, okay. It even says many moving. Yeah, it's funny. It says many moving averages. That's pretty good, man. Like, nice. All right. Gold should reject this area as well to continue bearish. Where will be stop loss, current or previous? Stop loss is going to be right over here, 136,442, 441,442. because we broke the high. Stop is around like 9-10 pips, and you're anticipating price to continue up towards the 136,700.
I think as we come into the new hour with gold, I think we're gonna have a good opportunity for a quick short, and then get out until the actual move starts. So just be aware.
The 30 minutes here coming to a close over here. This would be a perfect close. If this 30 minute fails to break the high of the previous 30 minute before NY open, would you take some risk off? No, I'm gonna enter once this candle closes bullish. Ribeiro. I was about to enter on the 15 minute, but Ribeiro said second trade, also an impulse entry, and I was like, yeah, you know what? He's right. He's right. So let's see here. Got 7 minutes. So everyone in the Forex family are technically scalpers? No. We have some pretty good swing traders here too. Position traders. Yeah, like there are different traders here. People who trade different styles, different methods, different ways. $13, 14 pips. 13, 14 pips. This candle's coming to a close. 15-minute candle is also bullish here. 1 hour candle is also coming to a close, bullish over here. I think before the candle closes here, I'm gonna enter like a smaller position. I'm gonna enter like a 2 lot at this point. Oh, wrong one. I'm gonna enter a 2 lot at this point. We'll keep the stop loss below the 30-minute candle. Anticipate price to come up towards 136,700. And as the next candle forms, if the next candle starts retracing, then I'm gonna add another position and anticipate price to continue moving further bullish. So let's see what happens here. Do you use IC markets? If not, what broker would you suggest is best for scalping? I think the first question is where you are from. If you're from Canada, you can't use IC markets, right? We got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. See, the beautiful thing about the 15-minute candles is that if the next candle starts breaking the low of this candle right over here, this is the point where you can close 50%. You can close some risk off, you can take off some risk, reduce some sort of a stress, anxiety you might have, so that way you can really reduce your losses at that point. That's the beautiful thing about this 15-minute candle. But also now when the next one forms, you're expecting it to respect the low and then continue moving bullish. So basically we're anticipating the volume in NY Open to push price up, same way how London Open pushed price up. How do you know when to add versus take risk away? How to add risk when price starts moving your way and the position you're going to add, you can have a valid stop loss for that. And to take risk away is that when you're entering a trade and you're going in a drawdown. You don't think 136,620 is a problematic area? No, not really, because I'm anticipating the volume in NY open as we're moving into it to push price up towards, 136,700.
Yeah, the hourly candle looks good now.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Just broke previous 30-minute high.
That looks amazing.
I can just stand right over here and I can just like sweet talk to GJ. What's up, GJ? Ooh, gold is breaking up over here. No confirmation to reject this. GU is also coming up. Anyone in AUD USD sell? Oh, interesting. Let's take a look here. AUD USD sell. Oh man, I don't know about that. I think AUD USD is doing the same thing as GJ over here to continue moving up. This candle is coming to a close. It's closing bullish at New York Open, and this actually looks pretty nice to go up. Hey Raja, I live in Australia. Should I trade the Asian session or not? Well, it's up to you. If you think the Asian session is going to work best for you and the way you live your life, with respect to the time you have available, I think it's going to be good if it suits you, right? But if you think the New York session suits you, since that it's late at night over there, then the New York session suits you. But you really need to stick to one session. That's going to be very important. When you say sell on gold, what time frame are you looking at? It's basically the 15-minute, right? If you look on the 15-minute, so this was a minor support we broke, and was really expecting price to respect this area to continue down, but now it's coming back up. So that was on the small time frames. I don't trade gold. I just look at it because some people trade it, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But mostly I just trade GJ, so I just focus all my attention on GJ. And then I look at other pairs just to divert my attention from GJ as I'm in that trade. But gold is really coming up to this area over here. We rejected before. Ooh, if you break it, damn, we're going up. Why does focusing on one pair screw with the trader sometimes? I never said that. I said focusing on more than one pair. Do you trade Asia and the same as pre-New York, meaning same hours each day? If yes, which? No. The answer is no. So beautiful.
A lot of these people need to just backtest. A lot of these questions that are being popped up can be answered just by looking at the charts over a 2-month period, and you'll find your answers. I don't know why we have to answer such questions that are available on the charts.
Yeah, some are pretty logical questions too. All right, the new 30-minute candle has started. This is the start of the New York session. I'm in this trade right now, currently right now in a little bit of a drawdown over here, but that's okay. That's not a big problem at all. When it comes to now managing risk, because whenever price goes in drawdown, you have to manage risk, right? So if I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame here, if this candle breaks the low of the previous one, I'm going to close 50%. And yeah, that way I'm going to really manage my risk at that point. But if it respects this low, then GJ is going to continue moving bullish to our target here today. And we're going to bring out all the horns here then. I've been trading for 3 months in NY, then I lost track and I lost my last 3-week trade. Oh, that's not good. Come on, NY session. NY open. Oh, gold is rejecting again. Man, gold is super, super hard. It seems like you take a trade on gold with no stops, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you'll find out.
I wouldn't touch gold yet, to be honest. The way that the structure is being formed there, we had a massive rejection on the hourly there. It didn't finish the way that I would have anticipated. I was hoping that it would finish a little bit more in terms of this. But since we finished with that and your tail like this, there's a good possibility that we're going to drive up a bit more before we start to descend. So I wouldn't be looking for sells at this point, to be honest, just based on candle structure.
And gold's scary. Yesterday was insane.
Oh, this drop yesterday. 6th. Oh yeah, 3 p.m. Drop top. I can't believe we almost came down to 1860 on gold. Yesterday we were joking like someone was in a sell from 1860 and price was at 1917, was tapping 1920, and we're like, man, 1860, god damn, man, that's way too far away. I'm not sure how price is going to get there. And man, a few hours, price almost got there.
Probably that guy is hating us today because we were laughing at him.
Yeah.
Well, he's still in drawdown, so it's irrelevant.
Can you imagine? We were like, can you imagine? We were just like, bro, just close your cells. He closes cells and it goes back to his like
Boom.
entry, bro. That was bad.
These guys don't know anything. These guys are demo. These guys. All right, perfect. This thing is trying to come down over here, giving me an opportunity to exercise my risk management. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's not a good habit to keep drawdown. That is absolutely true. Sir, let me ask, can we detect large trades entering the market? Yes. Let me see here. Large trades are coming here. Let me see which country the trades are coming here now. The large trades are right now in Ukraine, right over here. You can see right here. From Ukraine, the rocket has left. It's coming right in Canada, right over here. Large trades coming in. Oh, look at that. Coming down. Hey, I admire your positivity even when you're in position in drawdown. Oh yeah, because it's very important, right? I mean, if this candle breaks the low over here, I have an opportunity to lose less. You know, if now think about this, right? If you're gonna have a losing day, right? If you're gonna have a losing day, if like, you know, you get your confirmations, the confirmations are really strong, good confirmations, and you have a losing day, you need to aim to lose less. You know, that's what you need to do. You need to aim to lose less. Not to lose the whole thing, aim to lose less. Because look, if you look on the 1 hour time frame here, right? 1 hour time frame, huge rejection here. Huge rejection to continue moving up. We had made a high over here. Price came down, created support. Very high probability for price to continue moving up. If you look on the 30-minute here, 30-minute as well, you know, like this candle, it was like choppy small body candle. This candle was filled with volatility, broke down, came up. This candle closed bullish. Again, very high probability for this candle to continue moving up. Even now when we look at the time, we're moving into NY open when there's a lot of volume, right? So there's a lot of confirmations price will continue moving up. But for instance, let's say that this trade does not work out, right? Usually what happens is that when you have a lot of confirmations, you're like, okay, there's a very high probability the trade will work out. But in some cases, sometimes, the probability is not there. Sometimes there's that 10% probability that maybe that trade will not work out. So if that trade will not work out, you need to be ready to really manage your risk, and that's why I'm really excited. If this candle does break the low, I'm cutting off my risk. I'm managing my risk. I'm keeping my losses small, because if I can keep my losses small, I can show off to somebody tomorrow. I can be like, hey, look, I took a 15 lot trade and look at my loss, so small. Or I took a 2 lot trade, look at my loss, it's too small. So it's all about that. And even though, if I do cut my losses down over here, I'm still going to be in the trade, because I would still have a position open at this time. Because what if price breaks the 15-minute low and respects the 30-minute low, right? So one mistake people make is that they will close their entire position. Man, the idea about letting some positions run is to, is to actually win the trade. So, I get pretty excited because of that. Because I know there's going to be Thursday tomorrow, there's going to be volume on Thursday, there's Friday, and then there's next week, and next month, and next year. And, as long as you're alive, as long as you're not dying, man, you have all the time. Don't you think you're overtrading? No, I don't think I'm overtrading. I'm up $700 for the day, so I'm risking $200 from that to make more. So how come GJ going down when JPY bank holiday? I think Forex Buffalo, I think you need to change your name from Forex Buffalo to something else, because if you really think about what you just said, you said that it's a JPY bank holiday. It doesn't matter if it's a JPY bank holiday, because the yen is already closed at this time, if it's a bank holiday or not. So logically, it's still, every New York session is a JPY holiday because the bank is closed, right? If the 1 hour flips bullish, would you add risk? Probably not. I think a good way to add risk is going to be once the 30-minute breaks the high of the previous one, you could probably have a stop below the 30-minute and anticipate it going up. But then, we have this consolidation here, so I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. You say you don't trade gold, but you won 5K on gold last week. LOL. LOL back to you. I mean, what more can I say to that? I've been consistently profitable for the last 2.5 years. I mean, I'm allowed to break my own rules here and there, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes gold will give you a no-brainer setup. It's not that difficult, especially if you have other people watching it that trade it all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
man, we got a lot of armchair traders in the gulag and everywhere else.
They sit there twiddling their fingers.
What should I critique? What should I comment on? I think they're probably the same people that watch sports and yell at the players when they're not doing well.
Yeah. Oh, I should have done that. It was so easy.
Yeah. Oh man, why didn't you make that shot? Like anyone could have made that.
When are you coming to the US for the boot camp in New York? Well, you gotta. I think if Trump comes back on presidency, the virus is going to be gone in January, February. He's going to say enough is enough, man. Like, let's move on. Oh, what's this? Hey, I made a PowerPoint presentation about the Wix Don't Lie strategy for me personally. Would love to share it with you. Yeah, send it. Email it. Email it to this email address here. Anyone know partial stop loss button on Magic Keys? Yeah, it's close custom. Hey, what do you think about the first 10 minutes of 30-minute time frame? If it went up first? No, I don't think anything of it. I don't think anything of it. I think people need to stop looking at the 5 minutes. I mean, if you're looking at the 30-minute, 15, we just focus on that. I think people have this bad habit of looking at the every 5-minute candle, looking at every 1-minute candle. I mean, that's just adding to your anxiety and stress. All I'm looking at, I'm going to tell this to you very, very honestly, right? And people still ask questions about this simple thing. All I'm looking at is if this 15-minute candle breaks the low over here so that I can reduce my risk. That's the only thing I'm looking at. If that doesn't happen, then I'm still in the trade. If we go up, we go up. But if we break this low, I'm closing 50%. I'm not looking at anything more. I'm not looking at anything less. That's the only thing I'm looking at. But you know, you got people looking at the 5-minute and then looking at the 1 minute. They're like, oh man, 1 minute. Oh shit, it's moving down, man. It's going in drawdown. What should I do now? Oh, it's going up. Oh, it's going up. I mean, you guys need to stop that. Seriously.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I think a lot of that flipping comes from the fact that they haven't properly planned out their risk or the actual trade. I think once people actually plan trades out a little bit better, they don't have those anxieties to flip through different candles. I mean, perfect example, we talked earlier about gold being potentially bearish. It's reversed, so don't have to worry about anything. There's no trade for me. I mean, if people took buys, I mean, they're making good money on the buy. I was looking for sells. I didn't get what I was looking for, so I just sort of sit back and just let the market move. So my idea was to sell down to 1860. We're going back up, so it goes against my original thought process. So now what I do is I take a step back and I'll come back maybe tomorrow or later on in the morning where I've reset my thought process to align with what's going on in the current market.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, that's the simplest thing you can do. I mean, people they stress over they stress over things that really don't matter. It doesn't matter that you missed a trade. It doesn't matter that you closed your profits early. That doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. What matters is, you know, are you comfortable with the actual approach that you're taking when it comes to trading? If you're all over the place, or you're constantly chasing a trade, or you know, you're saying you missed an entry or you missed an exit or whatever it is, then there's a gap in your planning, and there's a gap that there's something that you're missing that is not allowing you to be comfortable in your trading, and that's what you have to dissect and analyze. It's not all about just marking up a chart. It's also understanding your own process, and you know, are you consistent with your process? Too many people are trying to chase where, you know, if something doesn't make sense or doesn't work out, it's okay. Just tomorrow's another day. It's not a big deal. We've been on this live stream now for what, like over 2 years. I mean, it's not going anywhere, and you know, neither is FX.
Yeah, at this point I closed 50% once it broke the low over here. So now if price hits my stop, I'm losing way less than what I planned on losing. Don't you think we have a retest and continuation move on the 1 hour time frame? I think you need to send a chart on what you think so that we can take a look at your analysis there, Hamid.
This is a stressful time job. No, it's not a stressful job. It's stressful for people who are not educated or done proper planning in their trading. That's where it's stressful, because what you're doing is you're constantly psyching yourself out. You know, people are stressed about trading because they think that they're missing information. And then when they think they're missing information, their mind starts playing tricks on them. If you're not good at fundamentals, then don't trade. Go read fundamentals until you're good at it, until you're comfortable with dealing with fundamentals. Don't trade while you're still trying to learn fundamentals, and now you're worried about what's going to happen with Brexit, what's going to happen with the Eurozone president, what's going to happen with Trump. Don't trade then. There's no stress at that point. You add stress to your life by creating all these other ideas of stuff that you're missing, and then you're still trying to execute. It's like if you were driving a car and it had no brakes, and then you were stressed every time you were going to have to stop because you had no brakes. The easy solution is don't drive, wait till your brakes are repaired, and then go driving. Like, why put yourself under that stress when you know exactly what the issue is? If you're deficient at something, if you do not have strong analysis fundamentally, if you don't have strong analysis technically, if you're worried about something that you're lacking in terms of your trading skill, don't trade until you've built that skill up. It's very, very straightforward. And I think a lot of people have to take a step back and just take their time. I mean, it's trading, there's no rush in trading. Take your time. If anyone's trading GJ right now, keep in mind that this whole area here, actually let's do this. I'll give you a little bit of insight that this whole area here is a zone. So when you look at GJ as an example, if you mark out this whole area as a zone, there is a possibility that GJ will come back into that area at any given time. So GJ can drop all the way into this area here. Now, if you look, anything above here will then drive us up to the next level. So what you're looking for is you're looking for this candle to come out of this zone, or the next candle to start finishing up above that zone. So if you were to look and say, okay, where would be an optimal idea for buys? Beyond what's going on in this area here, you would look for a candle that finishes up above this area here and then starts to move up as well. So you have different opportunities at this point. So this one does make sense because we're making sure that we're rejecting the lower part of this zone, but then you have an optimal one when the price is moved actually out of that zone as well. So keep that in mind. Why is that entire area zone? Because you can see here you have a rejection point. So this area was rejected, it still continues all the way to this side. And that just means the area rejected to go down. Now over on this area here, this area specifically is rejecting now to go up because we have momentum in that direction. So that's how you would effectively use a zone at that point, right? Zones, if you take away candles and you just mark areas of rejection, zones work for both buys and sells in that same region. It's where is the overall momentum on the higher time frames. That's what you're looking at, and you're saying to yourself, okay, if we do have rejection on this zone here, then yes, we're anticipating the move up. But because this area here is so wide, you could reject anywhere in this area and it could still be a valid buy. It just means that we might dip and then continue to go up first at that point. So just be aware of that. Gold.
Oof.
Yeah.
Came back
For
in.
gold, still too early. I was expecting
gold's
rejection
too
from
early.
1890, but I still gonna give it some time.
I think at this point I'd look to take trades below 1885, to be honest.
Yeah.
Why is there no volume at the US session open? It is what it is.
Is it wrong if I always move my stop to the last 15-minute rejection candle let it run? I do it with a 0.01 lot size, and it's impossible for me to take partial profit. Well, then it's not wrong. It's what you're comfortable with. I think a lot of instances people are trying to trade with a formula, and it's your comfort level. I mean, there's going to be instances where you move your stop, and it has to make sense, right? And if the stop makes sense, but your risk management doesn't make sense, then there's no trade. That's the other thing as well. So you might find that you see these opportunities, but if the risk management isn't there, it's not going to, you're not able to take that trade. You have to get used to that. Trading as a retail trader is not for you to be in the market every single day, every single minute. That's the institution's job. Your job is to catch the best opportunities related to you. I think if you start working on that and you start treating trading like a sales job, and we've said this previously, is anytime that you go out on a sales call or someone comes in to buy something, doesn't mean that you're automatically going to make a sale. So you have to get used to the idea that this guy can come in and say he wants to buy the car and sits down with you for 2 hours, and at the end of 2 hours you never hear from him again. That's just part of making the sales process. You have to do that every single time. It's the same reason why we show up every morning here to the live stream. You have to show up because there could be an opportunity, but if there's no opportunity, then you come back the next day tomorrow. It's quite very straightforward, but you have to treat trading like a sales job. How would you compare trading with chess? Well, it's understanding your opponent and thinking a couple moves ahead, right? So it's similar to what my thought process was with GJ and my thought process was with gold. If I know GJ right now is in a major zone where Raja's marked out basically his entire risk idea, right? This is his entire risk and this is his entire reward. If I know that any given point, this candle can move all the way down to here before it moves all the way up. Similar to gold, I looked at gold and I said that gold rejected that high over at like 1895, 1890s, whatever it was. I'm looking now for rejections on the other time frames to continue that movement down. But if I don't get that movement down, then I have to sit and reevaluate my plan. So you're always thinking 1 or 2 moves ahead. And similar in chess is you're thinking 1 or 2 moves ahead and you're thinking about what your opponent could be doing with those moves as well. So, I mean, that's your comparison. The more you think ahead and the more you're able to project your idea and say, this is what I expect to happen, the better you're going to get at trading. But more importantly, the idea behind trading will get stronger, because even if you make a mistake by projecting an idea, you did it in advance, so you're able then to look at that idea and you're able to say to yourself, okay, perfect. Where was there an error in my thought process and how can I adjust that the next time? And as you get more proficient with projecting your ideas and discussing them in advance, you become more calm and you start to make the more right decisions. But more importantly, you become more confident in your ability, because you say to yourself, hey, the last 10 times I was right in describing what was going to happen in the next, say, 2 or 3 hours. So now I just have to sit back and wait for that idea to appear again, and I will be able to execute with confidence. And if you're able to tell a story within the charts, it becomes a lot easier for you to trade. The better storytelling you can do with the charts, the more accurate you're going to become in your analysis. But more importantly, the easier it's going to become for you to actually put together a trade, because you're able to say, hey, this is what I anticipate is going to happen. I'm comfortable with that risk because I've seen it happen before, and the majority of times it works out in my favor.
All right, beautiful. Look at this candle. Amazing. Amaze balls, you know. 15 minutes also rejecting, coming up over here, coming back into profits. Beautiful, beautiful. Once it comes over here, I'm gonna bring my stops below the 15-minute candle over here, and then we can continue on bullish. Sach has got the cowboy hat on.
I just want to see a healthy bullish candle on 30 minutes before in 3 minutes, you know.
Yeah, it's a bless.
Yeah, man. It's on like Donkey Kong, man.
See now, here adding risk becomes easy because once the 15-minute closes, I guess it's going to be still pretty big, right? Yeah, 13, 14 pip stops, pretty big. No use in adding risk.
I'm gonna need a major horn.
Yeah, just enjoy the move up here now. Put the seatbelts on. Put the seatbelts on and pull the loose end of the seatbelt so it's tight. We'll see. We'll see at 136,700.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Come on, give me this last push. Wakefield at least.
Can you please reduce your COD grind by 1 hour and write a book, please? Oh. Cash on delivery grind? I don't know.
Oh, I think they think about my Call of Duty.
Oh.
I'm not going to write a book because I thought about writing a book, and all that would happen is I would have armchair quarterbacks and armchair traders from around the world critiquing that book. And I really don't need to hear other people's opinion about me. It's just not necessary. So the less information that I have that is, I guess, I want to say tangible in the sense that people can hold it and people can dissect it, the easier my life is, because then I don't have people messaging me going, well, you know, I heard that you said here on this day about this, and I don't understand what you're talking about. And it's like, well,
because over here you did this, you know?
Yeah, because you showed up for 15 minutes on the live stream and you listened to one part of what I talked about, and now that's the Bible of what I've said for the rest of my entire life. It's just, yeah, not really worth it. I already get enough critique on, well, you said this and then this happened. And it's like, yeah, I'm not right 100% of times. I know that. But I am right the majority of times, just based on patience. You can see gold rejected on the higher time frame, and now it's starting to dip a bit. So we can start potentially looking for sells.
I want to see gold.
Yeah, in the next hour or so, there could be a drop with gold. So that's pretty good. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So basically in GJ, I tightened my stop loss here in GJ. Brought it below the 15-minute low, brought it below the 30-minute low. This candle closed like a small body candle. So yeah, still in this trade. Oh wow, look at that. look the way gold is moving. Gold looks much more of a cowboy than Sacha.
Yep.
Up and down. This candlestick closed bearish and very small body. Would buy become with less probabilities moving up. See, the thing about this candle is, even though it's closed with a small body, I kind of wanna hide this candle like this because it opened and closed at the same price, right? So I kind of want to do this. Yeah, it's a nothing candle. A nothing candle is a candle that opened and closed at the same time. It's like a doji candle, indecision candle, means basically nothing, you know. So been in this trade for about 40 minutes and for nothing because price is still at where it was before.
I'm gonna close right now, GJ, so you guys can have this decent push, because if I close, G is gonna push some more. But I'm gonna close. I don't feel good about this trade.
How about GJ?
Yeah, not anymore. I mean,
come on.
I'm not gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to do another deep pullback toward those lows, you know.
Do this.
I'm gonna wait outside this range, above 136,600.
Just one time for me. Just one small one.
One time.
Just one more time.
Yeah, that's okay. It should continue moving up, but you know, if I don't feel good about something, I rather stay away.
Yeah, see, the only reason I'm in it because I've reduced my risk considerably, so just like whatever.
Yeah.
Kervin just saw the 5-minute chart and freaked out.
No, not the 5 minute.
That's the gulag.
It's basically this candle. Okay, hold on. We have this area. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 times rejected from there, and this candle may print something like this. So I don't want to hold this drag down for more time. I don't feel good about it. So yeah, like Ted says, if like Ted says, if we get a clear breakout over 136. Man, these birds. I'm gonna kill them.
These parrots. Can you imagine?
Holy cow.
You got parrots in the background.
Yeah, pterodactyls back there. It's not birds.
Yeah, dinosaurs, man.
These macaws are driving me crazy, man.
Dude, it sounds like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for GG over 136, 600.
Come on, GG.
Yeah, stop playing with us. Man, I think this is one of my longest trade ever.
Oh yeah, me too. After a very long time.
Jeez.
See, I opened a 2 lot at this point. I closed 1 lot down over here, and now I have like a 1 lot running at this point. 1 hour is pretty solid to retest the high over here. So let's just wait and see what happens. I mean, if I get stopped out, no big deal. I know exactly how much I'm going to lose. If I win, I know exactly how much I'm going to win. You know, I think the main problem people have is that I've seen this, right? I've also noticed this. I've talked about this to them as well. And I think the main problem is like when people win 1 or 2 trades, it's really easy to call it a day, right? You call it a day. You're like, okay, you know what? I took 2 trades. They're 2 winning trades. I'm going to follow my plan. I'm going to call it a day after 2 trades. But when you take a losing trade, you don't want to call it a day. Now, when you're losing a trade, you're still taking a trade, because if your plan says take 2 trades, you're taking 2 trades, you're losing 2 trades, you're calling it a day. You have to follow your plan. Like, everyone can have winning plans. I get winning plans all the time, and I'm like, man, your plan is going to make you thousands and thousands of dollars hand over fist over time. But when you don't follow it, it makes you nothing. I'm comfortable with it because being respected the highs, broken lows, still actively managing risk. Yeah, that's good. Look at this. Now we're coming into a drawdown again. 15-minute. Now this is a minor resistance here, right? Taking a buy at this point is, I don't know, man. Taking a buy up over here is not good at all. If someone's taking any
Trust me, it's dangerous, man.
impulse entries here, yeah.
I managed to be out from just in 2 pips drawdown. I'm not gonna stress about this trade.
Yep.
I think you're okay. I think it's okay. I think just right now you're gonna bounce around that zone for a bit and then it'll break up. If you look at the hour candle, I mean, it just needs a little bit of push.
Yeah, the hour candle is good. The previous one.
Yeah, it's just it's because the zone is so wide. That's why it looks like it's not going according to plan, but it should be okay.
All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is target trend was bearish. Hourly candle retest the zone. We may fill this wick and then continue down to next support. Okay, that's a good idea. I think for that to happen, you would need price to break below 136,400 for price to go bearish. You would need price to break below 136,400. But we're respecting this area, right? We're creating a support over here. This candle we're anticipating to continue moving bullish, even though a minor resistance has been formed. So yeah, I mean, if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, then we have a minor resistance formed at this point. But since it's still open, still got 22 minutes left. Looking at the 15-minute, sorry. Still open over here. Got stops down over here, managed. Not a thing to worry about.
And at this time, Ted should do 1 or 2 phone calls for us.
Gold calls.
Yeah, I think it's like, truthfully, for me, GJ is a little early for me to take a trade. But I do believe in the sentiment that it should go up. For me, the confirmation, it's early for me. It's an early trade. And if it does work out, you'll see that it'll just break through that zone and it'll break to 136,700. It's just, I think I could take a position at 136,600 and be a little bit more comfortable and then ride that up to 136,850. And have that. But if you're in the trade now, you just have to be aware that you're in a massive zone. That's literally the only thing you have to worry about with GJ is you're in a massive zone and you just let it play out the way it's supposed to play out. The issue is people are freaking out because it's not in profit right away, but you have to understand the rationale behind why it's not in profit right away. We're breaking out of a zone to go bullish, so there's going to be a lot of entries being put in there to then drive price further up. And I think people just have to get used to that idea, and that comes with understanding how the market works. Like, how does FX work? FX works in a way that, orders are being entered. That's the way that the market moves. It's not because someone pushes a button. It's orders that are going into the market are making that happen. So when there's a lot of pressure in terms of the market being pushed down, the rationale is because, once again, there's orders for people to take a better entry for it to go back up. So, just something to keep in mind as we start to push a little bit with GJ is, once we leave that zone, you should be very comfortable with that trade.
Yeah. Please clear this up. I am confused. All right. Man, you guys are pretty demanding. Come on. Okay. GJ went out. Raja, I'm confused. Why are you looking for buys? Isn't price more likely to go bearish? Please explain why you're looking for buy. Thank you. So basically what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this area right over here, right? And we had basically a support formed. We had a rejection right over here. we had rejection right over here, and then price basically closed about right over here. So now the 1 hour candle is closing bullish now. And if it's closing bullish, there's a high probability for this 1 hour candle to also continue moving bullish to retest the high it created after London Open. Now, if you're looking for sells, you're looking for sells on a smaller time frame. So let's say let's open GPGPY over here, and let's take a look at the 30-minute here, right? Let's clear all this up. So if you're looking for sells, you're looking for sells below this support created on the 30-minute. If we break below this support, then you're looking for sells to come down to this wick and then continue down to here and then continue down wherever you want sells to go, right? But as long as we respect this area, we are not going down. So we have to really understand that part. So if price does not go up, if price respects, all this 136,600, 136,630, then all this area becomes a big range, and NY session was just a range, and then people who try to trade like, the London close or after NYC open, then, you can get price to move where you want it to go. But for sells, I think we need to break below 136,400 for it to continue down. So instead of someone sending a chart like this, also send like what would make price go down instead of drawing arrows like this. I mean, because like, to be honest, my 2-year-old son can draw arrows like this as well, so you need some sort of context with these arrows too. I mean, drawing arrows is the worst. What if you came through a live stream and we just drew an arrow on gold? Okay, there you go, guys. That's my analysis for today. I mean, how would you guys feel, So you need some sort of context with arrows as well. Yeah, arrow like that. All right.
Yeah, so if you're watching GJ right now, this is where we got the term wicks don't lie. Okay, so this is where wicks don't lie originated. Each wick here is finishing a little bit
There you go.
higher. So that's where we get the wicks don't lie, and that's the reason why we're breaking out. So Raja gets a check mark for today.
I knew it. Ted did the phone calls.
Yeah.
Well, it's not out of the water yet.
Yes.
It's only up like 5 pips at this time. Oh, no, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one.
Don't get me excited too fast.
It could be the fail one as well. Could go the opposite.
Good. We just broke previous H1 high.
Yeah, we are approaching for the closing of this hourly candle. So you're good now.
So now if you're going to look at taking a trade, as this candle goes up, the next one, when it pulls back, the wick will more than likely come out of this zone. And that's where potentially now you can fly further up. But now be careful, if this candle goes all the way to this level here, you're in a new zone, right? So you have to then say to yourself, well, I missed that because this could potentially now reject a bit and then continue to move. So I have to be aware of that.
Oh, I just secured positions. Put stops at break even.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
at the top over here, put stops at break even, and yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We basically won the trade here.
Will you say stress-free trading today?
There was tiny bit of stress for a little while, but then it went away,
My God.
Man, that was my first time with 4 positions. It was stressed, man.
A lot of people were showing their underwears.
I'm so sweating.
No, it was pretty good. It was really, really, really good trade.
Yeah, you guys don't. Raja called it. He said as long as it doesn't break the low. Like, you guys gotta listen to him sometimes.
You're right. You're right.
And then you press the button because you were talking about the wicks don't lie.
Yeah, wicks don't lie. This wick, this wick, this wick, this wick, and the next wick will be over here. And then we continue. That's wicks don't lie. That's where the original idea came from, because we always looked at this kind of scenario and we're like, each wick is finishing a little bit higher than the previous. So if that's the case, then we should continue up still.
Yep. So if the
Just
gulag
like here,
oh,
wicks don't lie, going down. Each wick is finishing a little bit lower.
yeah, you know, if the gulag secured positions in this winning trade, secured position for stops at break even, give a like on the stream, because, you know, like yesterday we didn't give a like on the stream because lost the trade, but today we won the trade, so let's go. What's this? Did you secure profit? Did you secure profit? Did you secure? Obviously, I mean, I said it. What? Do people need hearing aids? Let's take a look at this. What's this? Bullish trading requirement, confirmed trend, price action, resistance, support. Okay. What pair is this? Oh, this is GJ. Because I can see the price over here. Beautiful. I went to secure 10 pips but closed full position. That's still pretty good. Pretty nice. See, GU worked the same way. Are you going to watch the presentation in private? Would love to hear your opinion. Yeah, probably I'm going to watch it in private, and then I'm going to, like, if the information is good, I'm probably going to give you a shout out. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good trade. Within this trade, we learned a lot of things. You know, the first thing we learned in this trade was how to manage drawdown by reducing risk. The second thing we learned was how to secure profits and put stops at break even. I think these are some very important concepts we all need to exercise every day and not try to overtrade, right? Yeah, three things. The third thing was patience.
Yeah, no, I think it was a very thought out, it was very methodical. I don't think anyone should have been worried, to be honest. It was very well analyzed. I mean, we called it, and I think, Raja, when you were away from your desk, I basically said that this was the zone, and as soon as we leave that zone, we're okay. And it's now leaving fully, and we've broken above this area here, right? So if you're securing profit based on this target right over here. It's very, very straightforward, going from a zone to zone, and then eventually the long-term target is 850, which could break up even further as we push through those other wicks.
Yep. Yes, sir. And we have reached target today. Target has been reached right here, and we have the horns coming in. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, it was pretty good. So you also see how we were talking about this candle right over here, this candle being like a nothing candle, you know, where it was like basically like a write-off candle where it opened and closed at the same time. You know, this I've been studying for a long time, and then slowly I've been putting this into practice. You know, so you got to watch more than you trade. Most people trade more than they watch. So they do the opposite.
Or they don't pay attention to what they're watching.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's like a little lion, you know, going to the watering hole, trying to attack a zebra, and he's not paying attention what the zebra is doing, and the lion goes up to him, and the zebra just hits him in the face. Boom, get out of here. And then the baby lion goes back.
Yeah, I mean, these are those little things that if you're actually trading on a daily basis or reviewing charts on a daily basis, these little nuances you pick up where you know to secure profit because of this candle here, right?
Whereas other people hold and then they lose the trade, and then they're like, well, what happened? Why did I lose the trade? And then, you know, you have people saying, well, you should just focus on trading, you know, and not worry about what pair you're trading. Of course you worry about what pair you're trading, because you can see GJ has massive wicks. There's massive wicks on GJ. So if we know that, and we know that GJ will drive to a certain point, you can exit at the best part of that point and take profit, where others are now stuck in this trade going, well, should I hold? Should I let go? Like, what should I do? But if you have a well thought out plan and you know the tendencies of this pair, you know that, hey, once we hit here, it could reject hard, because I see previous wicks where we've rejected hard, and that is not good. So it's like, take your profit and then leave. And then, you know what, hey, the next candle pops and starts to move in this way, maybe you can catch a double dip and you can catch the trade again if it does look like that, and it's within your trading plan. But to say that you don't need to know the pair, or you don't need to know the nuances of the pair, is a very, very, I would say, obtuse or very scary way of thinking. The more information you have about a particular pair, the better off you're going to be in terms of the way that you're going to trade it.
Okay, so hey, where exactly did you take profit on that candle? It was around 640. What will be pullback be for a re-entry? There is no re-entry. This was the trade. If you missed this trade, you've missed this trade, and now you got to go to bed. Or you got to say, okay, like, you know what? My day has ended, and now I just got to leave. After closing 50% of the position because the price went below the previous candle low, would you suggest to reopen that 50% after exceeding the high? Well, what you need to look at price right now, and you need to see that, okay, if you were to open a second position, where your stop loss would have been. So I can tell you right now what happened. I had a 2-lot opened, I closed 50%, and when price hit this area here, I made around like $26 because of that 50%. That's the price you pay. Okay guys, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again. See you, Arsh Dhaliwal. I'll maybe see you today or tomorrow. Oh no, you're in quarantine. Damn, I heard what happened yesterday. Or day before yesterday. Oh shit. Yeah, he's staying home. OPP came to check on the man. You know what? They saw your name and then they saw Brampton. They're like, oh yeah, we gotta go check this guy out. That's exactly what happened. For me, they must have seen Milton. They're like, oh yeah, Milton, you know, they're nice people over there.
Yeah, Brampton's a hot spot.
Yeah,
so
man.
Why I think they're doing that.
Brampton, the name, the beard. And then you got a big guy. Yeah, we got to check this guy out. Oh, what's this? So my 90 euro account is at 300 euro. Thanks to the same concept. I didn't take the same trade, but same pay. Oh, nice, man. It's pretty good, pretty good. Oh, wow. They check your ID and everything. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they're not messing around, man. Man, I think they're taking this thing way too seriously at this point. Yeah.
It's just, I think they should do an experiment. And I think what they should do is they should get someone who's tested positive, and they should pay 100 people, like maybe $5,000 or $10,000 a piece, to stay in the room with that person for a day and see if how many out of those 100 people actually test positive again the next day or get symptoms after like 3 or 4 days. because then that would give people an actual real sense of, yeah, this is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true. Like I can really contract something from these people.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, right? So if I was in a room where someone tested positive for the C virus and then I caught it, we have substantial proof that it is very contagious in that respect. But, and what I would be like, you go about your day, like say you put people in a big giant warehouse and there's multiple daily situations there. There's like a workspace, there's a gym space, like just the way people would use day-to-day things, right? Like there's like a restaurant space, like build out like someone's day-to-day life and have 100 people in there that they would interact with and see how many people would be infected at that point. And then say, okay, you know, like this is sort of the situation that we're in. You know, if you're a healthy person, yeah, you get the virus, you test positive, but your symptoms aren't that bad. You know.
As you can see here, they gave me the exact numbers that I need to plug in for that trade. So stop loss 1870. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. They told me it's a buy, so I'm going to press buy. Trades are currently active, and blue means profit. So the first one, they tell me.
Wow, this is crazy. Girls are taking MLM to the next level over here.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those.
Yeah, shit.
They're on TikTok now and everything.
Oh man, it's so nuts. I just saw a video where this girl, like she looks good, you know, good looking girl. And it's
I think I saw the same one too.
Yeah. So see guys, these numbers I put in and look, I'm in profits. This is money I'm making. And to a new person, that's like, oh my God, you know, this is something next level I need to get on. Could you please explain your entry, because YouTube doesn't let me rewind video and just made it to the live stream. Well, if you just made it to the live stream, I think you can watch the recap, because we're about to leave here in a little bit.
I love how people get so offended when you disagree with their opinion. But so many people died. Yeah, people die every day. Like, I don't know, just like.
Where's that Trump expression? There's this Trump expression where he's just like amusingly shocked by someone's answer, and he's just like, I don't know.
I think I understand that people die, and I don't turn around and discount the fact that people die, but we also have to look at the bigger picture. You know, do you throw here's a perfect analogy. If you see a single piece of bread in your full total loaf of bread that has a bit of mold on it, do you throw out the entire loaf of bread, or do you just throw out the piece of bread that's moldy? That is the equivalent of what we're doing right now. We're throwing out the entire loaf of bread because we saw one piece of bread moldy. And that's what we're doing with you know, the current situation that we're in.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the president of a country, I would put this whole scenario in a big gray area. I would, okay, guys, this is serious, but it's in a big gray. Oh, actually, like, you know what? Our contact in China, I was actually talking to them this morning. I just saw some messages there. And the question we asked him was, how are things? How is the sea situation there now? And his response was, in China, everything almost back to normal, and today we go back to office. How are things at your side? Business going well? Yeah.
People think the whole bread is moldy. No, mold only starts in one section of bread. It doesn't start in the whole bread itself. Oh boy. Mold actually comes from the fact that it was exposed to the air more than the other pieces of bread. Internally, the bread is fine. I don't throw out a whole piece of bread. That's like saying your banana's brown and you can't eat it now.
Yeah, just cut that part off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best part of bananas, to make the milkshake.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, guys, Ted, it depends on the university days. I might have ate the whole loaf. Things are desperate.
You know what I think? I think the people who say that if one loaf is moldy, the whole bread is moldy, that's the kind of thinking we have right now with this whole situation.
We do. Yeah, we do.
I don't agree with that. Just if that bread is moldy, either cut it off or throw that away and eat the rest of the bread. Total solid downloads today from you, Raja and Ted. Very grateful for your live sessions, which I consider a masterclass. Oh, thank you, thank you. So basically, we had one trade for today. There was GPGPY buys over here. Took a little time, but made it work. Bunch of people caught those buys. 11 people got in drawdown. And if 1 or 2 slices has mold, I can bear with it. But if I see 6 to 8 slices, I'm off that.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing like people have milk and the expiry date or bread or something expires. People understand what an expiry date is, right? It just means that you've passed the optimal date for use. It doesn't mean that it's bad. Like people that have like milk or yogurt and it says the expiry date, say like tomorrow, which is October 8th. It doesn't mean that the milk is bad. You know that, right? Like I think I hope many people understand that. It just means the optimal date to use that product has passed now. And you're starting the deteriorated dates at that point. I hope people realize that that's true.
To be honest, we produce a high-end dog and cat food, and you know when stores that expired product, I take it back and my dogs eat it. You know, just like it doesn't matter. It's just like you said, it's just not optimal, but it's still good.
So how many days after expiry date would you be prepared to drink the milk? Well, I mean, it's based on smell. If the milk smells fine, I still drink it. Doesn't bother me. Like, I mean, I don't know. You guys are like so paranoid of everything.
You know, I let the things go till the end.
Yeah.
If the milk says 8 October, I'm going to let it go till 8 October.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I'm not worried about that stuff.
Yeah, until it starts smelling a little bit or starts seeing like solid milk. Then I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. People have to, we have to think rationally and logically. You don't deny that people are getting sick and dying. What you have to look at is who is getting sick and dying. Nobody is working on that. Nobody is coming out saying that. And that's what's the total frustration. I've been flying back and forth to the West Coast now for the last 2 months. No problems. I don't get sick, don't get COVID, never had any symptoms, nothing. And I've been exposed to different restaurants, different people, different situations, different airplanes, different airports. You got to be have common sense, and you also have to be healthy.
Yeah, that's it. Like some of my neighbors, they shake my hand. Some don't shake my hand. They just do the fist bump thing. Yeah. And the ones who do shake my hand, they say the same thing, man. They're like, hey, listen, we see you, we know you, you're clean, you wash your hands. As long as everyone just washes their hands, like stay clean, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I know Raja. He doesn't.
Hey, did he close back the gyms in Ontario?
They're coming to it. They're already giving us a hard time at the gym I go to. I got into a fight with the management yesterday because they're like, you can't have a spotter. I'm like, okay, so you want me to die? Oh no, just lift lighter weights. I'm like, well then what's the point of working out?
Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna happen here.
That's what I said to them. I'm like, that's not happening. I said, just close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Pretend you didn't say anything.
Exactly. That's what I told them. I said, I told the manager because I'm there every morning, and I told them, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I said, you want me to come and get healthy, but you're restricting me on how I can get healthy. They want you to wear a mask now, even when you're lifting. I'm
Yeah.
like, no thanks. I said, I'm not doing that.
Oh no, you're not following directions?
No.
Wow.
I told them. I told them. Yeah, Vince and I were there working out. I'm like, no, he needs to spot me. I'm not lifting 185 and having that drop on my head because he has to stand 2 feet or 6 feet away from me.
Man, you're gonna die. You need to spot it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just closed ours.
Yeah, in my gym they have a notice, and that notice says that if wearing a mask affects your emotional and mental health, everyone else needs to respect that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, some people really abuse that. You know, they're like these old people come in, they don't wear masks, man. They're just walking around.
Crazy. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
All right, take care.
Hey, Sasha.
Yeah, I guess the franchise owner there in Markham is pretty strict because like here they're not that strict.
They bothered me. I was upset.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
What's going on there in the background?
I work from home, so I'm okay to receive it.
Oh, yeah. Someone just got a job.
Yes. This is the number. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
No, hold on. Listen to this. Getting better.
Hey, took a small loss today, but small risk. Could you give me quick thoughts? What went wrong here? I think your trade went wrong, but let's take a look here. Oh yeah, there wasn't enough range. There wasn't enough range for price to go up. There was no range at all. It was pretty small range over there. Cause look, from like, what was your entry? 766? Yeah, there wasn't enough range.
That's stop loss though.
Yeah, I mean, price is ranging on your JPY.
Yeah.
Where is it? Right here. Yeah, see, it was ranging. Because price broke out, and then you needed a support forming here to continue up, but there was no support forming. So this should continue bearish. When did you close the GJPI? I closed it. We announced it, right? We announced it when I closed it.
Yeah.
Somewhere here, 630, 620 over here.
Yeah, I closed 50 there, and then the rest I got stopped out. And you said close, I'm gonna close.
All right. Looks like these trucks are not gonna come in anymore. I mean, how many things is Elon making, man? He's making the trucks, he's making the Roadster, now they're making Tesla Plaid. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, Mr. Musk is busy doing things.
And he's doing a lot of things at the same time.
Tesla stocks is still falling or is recovering now? Because last week
It's holding steady.
Okay.
I mean, it's a long-term play now. I think you got that big push further up. You got that big push earlier, and now it's a little bit longer-term play.
Mhm.
So basically, when a stock reaches a certain price, it splits.
Not necessarily. They just have to make a decision based on that. Like what, from an optics standpoint, it made sense for the stock to split because of the fact that the price was a little too high. So it makes it more attractive to come back in. But you can split a stock at any time. It's basically, you know, the discretion of the board to say like what they want to do.
So what good does it do for the company if the price is basically lower now?
Nothing. It's still the market cap, right? Like you just have more. You have more shares available. I'm still hunting a sell on gold. I want to sell gold, but it's not letting me. I think we're gonna get something around 9:30 or 10 o'clock. If it's gonna drop. Because we keep rejecting this area here. And I think we have to return to this area here. So I'd like to see this candle finish bearish a bit and then that drop. If not, then you're taking buys over this area here, but I still don't like buys, to be honest, at this point.
I think the sells will come from the next 4-hour candle, which in me is 47 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. And that's sort of why I've been waiting. I've been watching gold. It's sort of teetering back and forth on the higher time frames. So I'm waiting for it to drop heavy below 1885. 1884. I want a nice clean rip through there, and then I'll take positions down to like into the 1870s.
Yeah. I did think it was going down because my 4-hour went bearish, but it's pulled all the way back up.
It's just not in a good spot. Like, to be honest, I want candles that look like this over in this area here. That's what I'm waiting for, to be honest. This area here, I don't like that at all. I want these moves here. So I'm looking for these kind of moves over in this area here. I don't want this chop that we have currently.
Also, GJ wick filling the 4-hour. Yeah, sure. It just needs to break below 136,400. But I'm not looking at charts at all at this point. My day's done. My trading's done. That's it. So if someone's been on the stream since 6 a.m., you know, and I think this is a time when you should look at yourself and say, okay, like, you know what, I've been looking at charts for far too long now, and it's time for me to just close the charts and go home.
All right, guys. Bye, team. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna head off here as well.
Okay, man. Take care.
So, yeah, take care.
Peace out.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same channel, same hosts, different hosts. Hopefully, we're going to start at 6:30 tomorrow. Had a little issues today and yesterday, so let's see
Thank
what
you,
happens.
Rakeel. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much, fam.